All right, let's do this thing again. So why Tunnel Hill? After finishing the Leadville 100, I knew I wanted to sign up for another 100 miler while my fitness was at its peak. I chose Tunnel Hill because it is known to be a fast and flat course, and it is on strictly rail trail, so there's really no big elevation changes, and it's all on crushed gravel and pavement. The Tunnel Hill is in Vienna, Illinois, which is about a 6-hour drive for us, and we ended up going down on Friday when the race started on Saturday morning at 7 a.m. They have the marathon distance, 50-mile distance, 100K, and then obviously the 100-mile distance, and I was eager to get started.
Turn up, brother. Yep.
2 minutes and 38 seconds till the start.
The Tunnel Hill course is a double out and back, so you run out 13 miles to the south, turn around and come back to the start finish, which is your marathon, and then you run north on the trail and you hit a turnaround point and come back, and when you get to the start finish, it's the halfway or 50-mile point, and you do this twice to get your 100 miles. The first crude checkpoint is Karnak, and that is about mile 10. I came into this checkpoint feeling very good, obviously, early in the race. I didn't have any issues. I just restocked my gels and filled up my flasks, and I kept moving to the south turnaround, which was at mile 13. After the turnaround, I came back into Karnak at mile 15, again not eating too much, but I was having some Achilles discomfort that I expressed with the crew. I told Lily that I may want to change out my shoes, which was kind of concerning being this early in the race. My right Achilles had a little bit of tension in it, and I wanted to make sure that that wasn't something that was going to hurt me later on in the day.
All right, we are back at the start finish area. We will see Hunter at mile 26, 26 and a half, I think. He is doing great. He said he's having some Achilles pain, which is not normal. He's trying out a new pair of shoes, and I'm wondering if that's what's going on. So we're gonna switch him back to the Hoka's, what he's used to. Other than that, we've been restocking with Beta Fuel gels and Go gels at each stop, and using some BioFreeze on the legs. So we'll see him soon.
Did you say you didn't love the
The next crude checkpoint was back at the start finish where we hit our marathon, and the Achilles actually had calmed down and I wasn't feeling it anymore. I was using some newer shoes. I was using the Saucony Endorphin Speed 5s, which is a road shoe, and they do have a lot of responsiveness to them, but the cushioning is a little bit less than what I was used to, which is probably what was causing a little bit of stress on that Achilles tendon, but was feeling good coming into the marathon distance. Just restocked gels and fluids. I was using the naked belt, which is something that I have never used before. I've always used a pack style system, so using the belt actually took some stress off my back muscles, which was nice, and I could fit flasks and gels in the belt, so very nice to use this on a flatter course where the aid stops were a little bit closer together. We made it through the tunnel and came into the Tunnel Hill aid station at about mile 35. Still feeling pretty good and moving well. And again, didn't do anything major here, just kept moving through as quickly as we could. And I had about just over 2 miles until the north turnaround. So I hit that turnaround and came back and saw the crew again pretty quickly. And I was at mile 40 at this point. So this is where I did change out my shoes. My arches of my feet were starting to bother me pretty good, so I wanted to get into something that had a little bit more cushion. So I switched into my Hoka Challengers that I ran the back half at Leadville in. A little bit bigger of a shoe. I size up half a size for later and ultras. So switched to that shoe and kept moving pretty well through there, and we were headed back to the start finish, which is where we would hit the halfway point.
We'll figure it out. Love you. Go, baby. I got one before the start. I said 20. How you feeling at mile 50?
Feeling pretty good. Feet are aching a little bit, but that's normal. So just doing some walk around intervals. Goal is to break 24 hours, so we can kind of cruise at like a 17, 20-ish pace.
That's chilling.
Or even slower than that, but we're gonna keep pushing while we can.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna slow down a little bit, but that's okay.
Yep. You're doing great, hon.
I came into the halfway point in 9 hours and 13 minutes, which is a huge 50-mile PR for me. I was moving really well and well under what I needed to be to hit my sub 24-hour goal. I took some time to finally sit down and get off the feet for a few minutes. This was the first time I had sat down all day, and it was what we had planned. I made the switch out on gels. I took in some caffeine gels, and I also filled up on my tailwind and water. I would also put on some arm sleeves and grabbed my headlamp because we were going to be entering the night between this checkpoint and the next time I would see the crew back at Karnak. So got all the essentials. I actually handed off my headphones and phone to the crew because they needed a quick charge up. So I did all that and got moving, and we were headed out on the final half of the race.
It's so good, hon. Love you.
So we were headed out on the second half of the race, and we came into Karnak at mile 60, still feeling pretty good. This is where I had implemented the walk run. So I would do about 2 minutes, 3 minutes of running, and then 1 minute of walking. And I would just keep rotating that, and I was managing a very good pace doing this, and also managing my feet, because after mile 50, my arches of my feet were really starting to bother me. So took some time off my feet at Karnak, and then set back out to hit the turnaround at mile 63.
You guys get your runner going with
Put that like somewhere so I have it in your stomach. No, it's not. It's mine now. So.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
We've been posting for you. Actually, speaking of which, we need a 60-mile.
No, we don't. I gotta get out of here.
Okay.
Lil, I got one on my phone.
go! You know what? Yeah, it makes a good point.
I saw the crew again shortly after that at mile 66, back at Karnak, and did the same thing. Tried to limit my time in there, and then we were headed back to the start finish, which would put us at mile 76 and in the middle of the night.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see y'all shortly.
Love you.
What are you cooking, brother?
I'm gonna try my best. All right, we are back at the start finish. This will be 75 miles for Hunter. He is absolutely killing it out there. I'm so proud of him. It actually started raining in the last 5 to 10 minutes. The radar doesn't look too bad. It's gonna check again. So we're down here in Vienna. Looks like it's gonna stay north of us, but we are getting there has been some lightning, so we're a little cautious of that. Hopefully we have enough dry and warm layers to get us through the rest of the night.
When I came into the start finish at mile 76, I was feeling pretty banged up, and what was just a pain in my arches of my feet was now moving up into my right quad and hip area, and it just felt like I had a big knot in there. I was still managing my walk-run intervals, which was a good sign, but I knew I was going to start slowing down even more, and we were going to start putting that 24-hour finish time in jeopardy pretty soon if I couldn't manage the pain that I was going through.
And I got a cap. I think there's 2 more in the tub. 2 or 3.
Hip flexor is just absolutely fucked. But, you know, last race of the year, that's it. Got till January to nurse it. Oh, that's good.
You said that it's a little spicy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Thank you guys so much.
Love you.
Yes, sir.
Love you. See you in 10 minutes. Hurry up.
After about 4 miles of leaving the start finish, around mile 80, I could no longer maintain my walk run intervals. I was just having too much pain in the hip area, and I knew it was probably going to be a long and slow walk to the finish. I never thought about quitting at this point, but I just knew my sub 24 goal was probably going to go out the window, and I was going to have to endure a whole nother pain that I've never experienced before in one of these races.
What?
What would stop you from
Nothing. I'm fucking walking in there. Big deal. This race.
have you been running much? I'd just rather be with him.
Do you need us to get ready anything for you that you don't have?
Got it all
for
on
next?
me.
Okay.
The only thing is, whatever we've been doing for Hunter, same thing. In that, pour as much water as you can.
Okay.
1 scoop of...
You're still doing half tailwind.
What's that?
You're still half tailwind, half.
Yeah,
yep.
1 scoop of each.
Yep.
Can't think of anything else. Just the same gels as always. Nothing changed there.
The next crew checkpoint was at mile 85, and we were back at Tunnel Hill. This is when the pain really started setting in, and the crew knew that I was slowing down significantly. My wife Lily was planning on jumping into pace at mile 90 after I hit the turnaround and came back to Tunnel Hill, but she decided that it was probably best that she jumped in early. So she joined me at mile 85, and we slowly made our way to the turnaround, and we came back in to our crew at mile 90, again at Tunnel Hill. When we set out for these final 10 miles, we both knew it was going to be a pretty slow finish. We were basically just walking, and I had so much pain I had to get off my feet like every other mile, just because it was an unbearable pain in my foot arch and in my right hip and quad area, and I just couldn't stand being on my feet for long periods at a time, and it just made for a real slow going in those final miles of the race.
Don't do that. I like just the pressing. Yeah, that's good. Feels really good. I'll cover your legs with that other blanket for a minute when she's done.
Good idea.
Get some.
I'm sure Hunter has already mentioned, but previously I had never seen him in so much pain. Watching him finish this race was so inspiring and motivating, and knowing that he was able to push and persevere through an immense amount of pain speaks volumes to who he is as a person. I'm incredibly proud of him and continue to look forward to every experience that he presents to me. Going into this race, I would have never expected him to end up in the position that he was in, but being able to watch him push through and accomplish what he put out his mind to do is so incredible, and I'm so proud of Hunter.
10 more! 10 more!
We kept pushing, and we eventually saw that finish line, and I'll never walk across the finish line if I don't have to, so I told Lily we were going to run the last little bit of the race, so we ran it in. And you know, you can't always finish strong, but you can finish well. And even though I didn't hit my sub 24-hour goal that I had going in, this race left me with the confidence that I can push through any type of pain that I might feel out there on the race course. And it's important that you continue to persist and push on and finish exactly what you start.
Hunter Foltz from Hilliard, Ohio, finished at 100 miles. Way to go, Hunter. 26:06.
Good job, man. Thanks so much for everything. Proud of you.